Big Rooster.
Hello again, everyone. Welcome to another exciting, enthralling, unbelievable episode of the greatest show on these internets, Late Night Baltimore. And it is a late night out there. So late it's early. It's 5:19 in the morning on December 19th. Almost time off for Christmas, but time for Hanukkah. We're in Hanukkah week, so happy Hanukkah to all you celebrating such. And 56 degrees now here in Baltimore. Okay, the first thing we're going to discuss is the most important NFL news is that the Los Angeles Rams lost 38-37 in what must have been an incredible win in overtime, where the Seahawks went for two after the Rams kicked off, and after the Rams scored in the first drive. Didn't see it? Sounds awesome. It shakes the NFC up like unbelievably, yes. Now, the Broncos are in the AFC, and they have, well, let's do the NFC since it was Seahawks. The Seahawks are after the week 15. After week 16, we can tell you this. With the Seahawks beating the Rams, the Seahawks are the number one team in the NFC. It was huge. With the Rams falling to second. What do you think of that? No, the Rams fell to fifth. The Seahawks lead at the number one seed. The second seed is the Bears. Third seed, Eagles. Fourth seed, Buccaneers. Fifth seed, Rams. Sixth, 49ers. And the Packers are the seventh seed. The Rams are on the bubble, but they would not make the playoffs if it were to begin today. They're going to have to make a run in the last three games, and they have about a 50% chance, if they win, to make the playoffs. So let's say the Panthers are week 16. The Panthers are the 9th on the bubble. The Cowboys are the 10th on the bubble with a 22% chance of making the playoffs. The Panthers have a 45% chance of breaking in. They win. If they win, the Ravens have a 47% chance. If they lose, a 28% chance. The Colts only have a 25% chance at 8-6 after looking so good. So the 7 teams today, let's see, 6. So the 17, the top team are the Broncos. They are in the playoffs. The Rams are in the playoffs. The Seahawks are in the playoffs in the NFC. So the AFC has 6 spots open, but they don't look very competitive. It looks like it's going to be the 6 that are there. And the NFC has 5 spots open. And it looks pretty much like it's going to be the teams who are there. So this is the problem the NFL faces, you see. They have almost every team with almost all playoff spots decided with still 3 games left to play. And almost all seedings pretty much decided. So there's going to be a lot of games that don't mean anything for a month. I don't know if they wanted that. I can't imagine that that's true, that they would have wanted something like that. Anyway, let's continue because we are having call-in. If you would like to call in to the show, you can do so. At 410-921-9076. And we will take your calls live. That's right. Live. Let's see if we can get that ticker. And yeah. Let's make that the ticker. Scroll across that. Okay. Tired this morning. Anyway, give us a call. 410-921-9076. And we will discuss the game. This is it right there. That's right. That's the number to call. Comments, keep the comments a-coming. Okay, that's up in the NFL. Now, I have to do a mea culpa for the man is the man's name is we're having trouble today. What is the man's name? His name is Matthew Stafford. But I have to address a mistake I made. Many years ago. You see, I did a show called the East Coast Club. And it was supposed to be a comedy. And let me see if I can find it. No, I'm looking for it. I thought I had it up here somewhere. Anyway, I can't seem to find it, so that's not good for the bit. Well, the bit was back then I wrote it. It was when Matthew Stafford played, and I made a joke that Matthew Stafford and Matthew Stafford, that there was no difference between Matthew Stafford and Sam Bradford, who was also a player. It was funny at the time, but my apologies is because look how great Matthew Stafford just turned out to have a great career. And maybe I didn't give him the credit he needed. Okay. Go ahead, everybody. Think of that. Matthew Stafford and the magnificent Sam Bradford were playing at the same time. All right, I got my little notes here. We are going to discuss a tribute to good old guy named of his name is Rob Reiner, and he was funny on the show All in the Family, and he was also funny on he also made some great films. He did Stand By Me. He did Princess Bride. I think he did A Few Good Men, memorable scenes in there. So Rob Reiner is great, and he was a political activist, and he worked hard for rights for all people. And is a good guy. I liked him this whole time. Every time I heard about him, good things were happening. Great things happened his whole career, and he was a great activist, great films. Everybody loves his movies. Great filmmaking. And of course, let's not forget, he was Marty DeBerge in Spinal Tap. And he directed Spinal Tap, so that's a win in life. Fighting for good causes and making great films. Not the greatest films ever. Some maybe Princess Bride you'd put up there. A Few Good Men would be somewhere up there. And Spinal Tap in its genre would be up there. All right, no one's calling in live to talk about the Ravens or even the Ravens' next game, which is, what is the Ravens' next game? Who do the Ravens play next time? Let's look at the schedules. Let's look at the teams. The Ravens are, let's see the standings here. Playoff picture. The Ravens are 7-7. They are on the bubble, well, with the Colts. They play the Patriots here at home. I finally figured out what their emblem was. All right. There seems to be very little competition left in the NFL for any of it. Colts and Lions. The Ravens and the Colts struggle to get in. Looks very low that the Colts can get in. The Ravens might be able to get in at 7-7. The Panthers, they might be able to get in. You'll know by the end of this week. They play Tampa Bay. The Lions play Pittsburgh. So all the drama is done in the NFL. And oddly, the Bills are the 6th place team. Looks like the Texans have come on strong. Anyway, that's the NFL. We'll do more about the Ravens later. Let's see. All right, now we want to talk. We did Rob Ryan, the kickoff rules. I myself was against all these kickoff rules at the beginning of the season. Didn't understand them. But then I started to understand them. And I liked them. You got to kick into the end zone. Or you have to kick into that 20 to the goal line. You return the kick. If you can't, if you return the kick, you get it where you get it. If the ball doesn't land in that 20-yard space, you get the ball at the 35. And if it lands in the space and you do a fair catch, you get it at the 25. So you notice, even though these kickers could kick it through the if you kick it through the goalpost, through the back of the end zone, which happened all the time, then you win. Then you get the ball, and then the team gets the ball at the 35. So that's complicated, and maybe I didn't explain it best, but the kickers are getting better at it. I think it was a good rule. This way you get kick returns, but less injuries, because the teams can't kick the ball off can't leave until the ball has passed them and the kicker is way behind them. So, I don't know. You have to see it. But I didn't like it at first because teams were getting too good field position start. But as the kickers get better, you're used to it. And maybe they let some of the punters punt, it'll work out. All right. We go next playoff picture. Sadly, there's some very interesting teams out of the playoffs this year who would have been nice in. Chiefs, Dolphins, Bengals, Browns. In the AFC, the Commanders maybe from last year, they were there. The Cowboys and the Lions probably not in, so yeah, that's not great. It's been a horrible season. Terrible play, quarterback, no true stars, a lot of mediocre play, And the Ravens and the quarterback play has been horrible. Now let's go into some other topics. I saw this. All right. The SNAP benefit bad internet problems are all going to kick in. Let me check on this. Okay, because of the Donald Trump administration, they are going for 35% cuts in SNAP for November, and then it was going to be 50. Some states are going to have 50. Good states are trying to state action like emergency funds. And then a lot of people are going to lose their benefits completely because of the Trump administration's attempt to end SNAP. Which is a food stamp program. Now, I don't see why you would want to take food away from people. It goes back into the economy. It's just stupid. Okay, your food effective 18 states. Okay, let's see. All right. You say some states like Florida, Texas, and New York will face high funding gaps, and some will be wanting to drop them. In fact, any states are implementing a 80-hour monthly work requirement to get food stamps, and they face termination. And only 10% of unemployment people unemployed can qualify. So current waivers in Nevada and Illinois will expire. I'm getting that from one of these Google search. And you have to remember Google has deep connections with MAGA. Anyway, the SNAP program is coming, especially in the new year. More will come out and finally get the news from the media who's not protecting MAGA, which is difficult. But if you got food stamps, baby, you're just thinking about it. All right. So we did the SNAP benefits, which are in big trouble across the United States due to the Project 25 people who are really against cutting food stamps, and USAID and Cancer Research for Children but increasing tax cuts for themselves. And all of those people, those oligarchs, are running off and building their own artificial cities out in other parts of the world while the United States crumbles because of MAGA. The kickoff rules we give a positive to. Say yes, Rob Reiner, great. Competition is bad this year in the NFL. The kickoff rules are much better. Matthew Stafford now might not win the MVP. It probably will go to Josh Allen no matter what happens. They love themselves some Josh Allen, the people making the vote. And that's all we've got here. Nobody called in. You could have called in, but you decided not to. We have a live. We take all calls. Plus, our podcast begins way before any other Baltimore sports show begins. All right. Then we'll say F MAGA. Keep fighting, everybody. Try and enjoy your Christmas if you can. Get to a recovery group if you're having troubles with addictions. And get yourself inside if you're living out on the street somewhere. Make sure you try to find a place to get inside. And the temperatures, it'll be warmer this week in Baltimore. And so stay stress-free as you can. Like and subscribe. We need likes and we need subscriptions. And we need watching. And we'll have another podcast hopefully tonight. Maybe. Okay, everybody. Anybody know about noses? Because I got this shit on my nose. I got to do something about it. Don't like it. Don't like it at all. And it is cold in this here basement. It's freezing. And have a good time lighting the 5th candle. What is it? Yeah, it's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. It's Friday. That's the 5th candle, but you have the main candles. You have 6 candles lit. For all the Jewish folk out there. Fine folk everywhere. And as we close, we say, F MAGA. And we're working on a Christmas special, which will come closer to Christmas. Okay, everybody. Good day for now. F MAGA, and we'll see you later. And we'll do talking more about the Ravens. And everybody have a great morning. Get out there. Wait, somebody's commenting. I keep commenting with them. Okay, everybody. Good night. Or good morning. Get out there, get yourself some coffee, get out on the road, get to your job, kick some ass. It's Friday. Have some fun tonight. Somewhere in Baltimore. Okay, good night.